Hey folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the Avon Park Aero Modelers Club in Avon Park, Florida. This right here is another one of my retail rescues, as I like to call them. This is the Cermark Fantasy Flyer, or it's a GB basically. It's one of the GB type planes. She runs on 3-cell 2200. I've got a up to like a 3200 if you can make it fit. I've actually got a 3600 Chronix China Hobby battery, which is shorter and squat, and it's amazing it has 3600, but fits in there just fine. The CG is about 60 millimeters in from the leading edge, and she seems to balance just fine with that battery. She is a bottom loader. She's got these cool, you know, this 20s and 30s pylon racing type. You know, she's just a simple 4-channel bird. Nothing fancy about her. I'm running an AR 410 antennaless receiver in her because she's just a 4-channel. I have no idea what the motor ESC is. I think it's a 40 amp ESC, maybe a 30 amp. I'd have to take the cowl and everything off just to see it. I really have no idea. All I know is I checked it out as far as running a battery through it and just making sure that everything, there's no grinding sounds, everything sounds strong, there's no hesitation, everything seems to be in good shape. So let's take her down here. This is kind of a remaiden because I put a new receiver in her and got her bound up for the first time. Looks like my ailerons are a little out of trim. One's up a little bit too much, so first thing we do, let's address that. Go to our monitor screen and take a look at my ailerons, and yeah, they're negative 17%, and so that should get them back. All right, let's see how I like that. We'll see how she does on trim. Timer set for 5 minutes, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take her down here to the other end of the runway. You see, I got this black check right here. If I stand behind the black check and I drive the plane down to the other end of the runway, if I can get it to get down there, and get it beyond that white line, then that's a little more than 90 feet. And then what you do then, you're not gonna be able to see it because the glare from the sun, but you just have to trust me, I'm having a hard time seeing it. You hit your roller, you go to your function screen, go down to range test, and you'll see the bars of signal. Hold down your bind button, and you're looking for movement. Okay. All right, I think we're just fine. Okay, go back to that screen there, and let's bring her back to me. Don't plan on flying her all that hard or high, because like I said, I gotta reintroduce myself to this plane. She's a tail dragger, so you don't want to be in a big hurry. Wind is out of the southwest. So let's take a look at our control surfaces. Right aileron, left aileron, up elevator, down elevator, right rudder, left rudder. All right, so timer is set for 5 minutes. And we're going to, I know I've been talking, but we're going to turn around. We're going to reset our timer. And on a NX10 Spectrum, in order to reset your timer, just hit that top button right there, and that automatically resets your timer. All right, hopefully she's trim. We will certainly see. Oh, she definitely wants to. She's acting like she's wanting to die, like she's just a little too nose heavy. But I think I got her dialed in now. Oh, she looks good in the air.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Reminds me a lot of the MPD Commander, the red and white one that I used to have back in the day. I have since sold that plane. Try and get her trimmed out. That's why I'm just kind of flying around kind of funky. There. She's getting better.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
All right. Let's see how she lands now. All right. Not bad. Not bad. She was really out of trim though. Took a lot of up elevator and I want to say right, was it right? Right elevator or right aileron? There. Oh, that's a good looking plane right there now. I know. I keep saying, that's a good looking plane. I gotta come up with more adjectives to describe my planes. A little touch and go there. Can almost do a knife edge with her. But for $50, and whoever was the previous owner or the owner before me, whatever, they replaced all the servos, and I don't know if they replaced the ESC or motor or not. But I know all the servos have been replaced and they reinforced the hinges. So I'm just glad to see an old plane like this back in action. Oh boy. Well, she landed in grass. Let's see how she does taking off in the grass. Definitely needs a lot of right rudder when you take off. She wants to pull off to the left, which is normal. There's a knife edge there, finally. Oh good, my checker's in my pocket. But yeah, she handles grass landings, no problem. Oh boy. Oh yeah. That's a good looking plane. I know, there I go again. Good looking plane, right? Okay. All right, we still got a minute. All right, here we go. I'm going to full up elevator to get you up out of that. And you got to hold that right rudder with this plane.
1 minute.
Got to hold that right rudder. All right, let's get her landed now. All right. Well, we got enough. We got 45 seconds. What do you say we do one more? Basically, you just push that throttle and hold a lot of right rudder, and she takes off with no problem at all. But you got to hold that. Got to hold that right rudder though. All right. All right. And what do you want to hear before you touch any model?
Motor on.
Motor off. All right. That was an impressive flight for a $50 retail rescue. Now, granted, I mean, the foam was terribly pitted. It's hanger rash out the yin yang, whatever the yin yang is. Real thick, old school kind of foam. You know, this is not that dense foam. This is a very light foam. You can definitely see the gators, the gator cells. Bottom loader. The landing gear is reinforced, but you can kind of rickety, but I guess in a way that's good because it kind of takes some of that impact. No idea. Yeah, these control horns have been put back on here. An aftermarket tail wheel. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of things that I can improve, but I definitely but hey, she's flight worthy. Look at how it ate up the bottom of the wheel pants and the battery hatches. That just gives you a little hint of the age of the aircraft. So let's see what kind of battery life after a full 5 minutes of flying on the Chronix 3600 3S. 52%. We got 3.86 all the way down. So you could get a good 6.5 minutes easy. And here's the only information I had on this plane. 2200 1130C or 3S, fly for 5 minutes. That is the extent of the information that I had on this plane. But that is an interesting, cool looking plane. These Velcro patches on here are for me to put the easy lights whenever I get it to a low light setting. So that's what that is. All right, folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and them planes, even unusual ones. Bye-bye.